afternoon, Instagram. I am Colleen Parrott, and this is Chris Reinbold, and we are at the Space Foundation Discovery Center in Colorado Springs. And in just a few minutes, we're going to be starting a brand new show that's called Space Crafts. We're going to be crafting the universe one project at a time. And so we're going to wait just a few minutes before we actually get things started. So Chris, this was your idea. So while we kind of wait for some people, do you want to tell us what kind of inspired this idea?
I love crafting. It's probably one of my big jobs here with being a programs manager. Get to figure out all the fun activities and designs we do. But saw a lot on YouTube and different Instagram things and thought, well, we could do that with the Space Foundation Discovery Center and theme it space and just do a spacecraft, all the time. Whether it's for the holidays coming up or in general, some for homeschoolers, some for those really hardcore crafters at home, anything. We will do a wide range of crafting for everybody.
Which is really exciting. And some of you may remember if you watch us on Facebook as well. Several months ago, we did a campaign about all the different planets. We talked about all of them. And right around Valentine's Day, we did Venus, because it's the planet of love. And Chris helped us out with that, and we did some really fun crafts surrounding love and the planets, and it was quite a bit of fun. So I will personally vouch that I think I'm a pretty creative person, but when I compare myself to Chris, usually not so much. So that's why she's going to be running the show, because this is definitely her forte. So like I said, we're getting started here in just a few minutes. But for those of you who are just joining, I would like to know on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being not a creative bone in your body, to 10, you are the master, where would you rank yourself? So go ahead and just leave us a comment real quick and kind of get an idea of where you think you rank at, because
1 to 10.
Where would you put yourself?
I love to craft, but I've seen people out there that are just awesome. I would have to say a 7.
A 7?
I'm a 7. Yeah.
I'd maybe say your needs. I think I'm at 6, and I wouldn't want to go that close. Because today we're doing spray paint art, and we were kind of practicing beforehand, and I was telling Chris, you see these videos on Facebook, and I'm sure many of you have seen them as well. And these people do this amazing street art with spray paint, and they do it in like 2 minutes.
That's a 20.
and I think that I'm like, oh, I can do that now, and I'm not there yet. So I'm going to go ahead and say that I am a 6. So we're going to bump you up to an 8.
We're going to do spray paint art for the simple enjoyment of doing it, not to be the Picassos of spray paint world. We're just going to do it for the enjoyment, because, if I had to do spray painting compared to those street arts, I'm like a 5 or a 4 is where I would judge myself on that. So.
And those people charge a lot of money.
They do, and you can do this for free for yourself.
Yeah, so it's going to be super duper easy. So once again, scale of 1 to 10, where do you rank yourself? 1, not a creative bone in your body, and 10 is you are the master. So we are going to go ahead and get started with our show. So this is going to become a regular show for you to watch us on Instagram. We're going to be on the second Tuesday of every month and the last Thursday of every month. So go ahead and turn on those notifications so you can kind of see what we've got going on. And I am going to hand it over to Chris. Like she said, we're going to be talking about spray paint art today. And we're going to go ahead and get started with our space crafts.
Yes, thank you. And with that, too, I'm going to add in with the second Tuesday and the last Thursday, depending holidays. Because holiday times, we're not going to be on. We'll be closed. We're outside today because of what we are doing. So you're probably going to hear a lot of noise and cars going by, because we're out on our back loading dock in order to get, air. We're doing spray paint. You guys are going to need some kind of circulation and air in order to get this done. So, with that said, we have some demos hanging kind of behind us. And I'm going to go over rules or kind of, what you need in order to get this done. Okay? So, we have a demo right here that was done. Colleen did this one. Turned out great.
It's pretty fancy if I say so myself.
But it really is simple to do. And you can get any kind of spray paint from any store, even your local craft stores, your construction stores, your kind of Walmarts and so forth. You can get them anywhere you'd like. And on that note, too, I would don't go so cheap on your spray paint. You want to get decent spray paint because of the way it's going to set on here. You don't want to get the really cheap stuff, because then it doesn't set very well. It clogs easily, and it just won't look all that great. So you kind of want to spend your money on Okay? So I will reset our table here and tell you everything you need. Okay. So in order to spray paint, we also want to make sure that whether it's you or you're doing it with your kids or you're doing it with some ladies on a girls' night. This is a great girls' night activity too. A little wine, some spray paint. It'll be fun. Make sure you're obviously completely set up, tables covered. You want to get some kind of smock. You want to get your husband's really long, big t-shirts that he doesn't use anymore for the kids or for you. You can also get an apron, anything like that, just to kind of help cover your clothes because it is spray paint. And then also, you're going to want gloves, okay? You can get any of the vinyl or latex gloves that you prefer. You can just get a box of them. You can even get a little package at the stores. Then you're also going to want eyewear. I wear glasses, so I'm already covered, but you can get eyewear. And then if you want to, masks. You know, it just depends on you and the kids or whatever you're doing, that you might want some masks as well. You're going to need any kind of paper that you use. You are going to need paper that has that glossy sheen on the top. So if you're going to stores and getting poster paper or anything like that, you need to make sure it's not a matte paper because the spray paint will absorb and suck up inside the paper and it won't give you that gloss look. It'll look very matte, which you still can do, but it won't be very shiny, glossy. I can tell you here in Colorado Springs, one of our very popular local dollar stores, does have the poster paper where it's matte on one side and a shine gloss on the other, and that's what you want. I'll show you right now, because we reuse and recycle a lot of stuff here at the Space Foundation Discovery Center, we're using an old poster from Symposium. And because those posters are shiny, the backs are absolutely perfect for that. Okay? So that's what you're going to want to use. You want to pick out some colors that you think you're going to use. It does not matter. This is space. This is the universe. There are tons of gases and particles out there that are all types of colors. Okay? It's just not black with some white stars and our little green and blue earth here. So there's lots out there. This is your own creation. Be creative. You know, anything you want goes. What you're also going to want and need are some miscellaneous shapes from around the house. So plastic containers from potato salad, from yogurt, from anything, your old Tupperware, anything, different size circular containers. We even have old spray paint can lids. You want to get different sizes because these are going to help with your planets or your star suns, okay? These are what's going to make the shapes in the end. You're also going to want some kind of newspaper or grocery bags, okay? And I'll show you that. That's going to be for blotching later. So really not that expensive at all. Again, spray paint, I would spend a little bit of money on the spray paint. You want decent spray paint, okay? So here we go. We'll start. I think what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to make I'm going to make a star sun in my quote-unquote system that I'm going to create and a couple planets here. Now, when you're spray painting, and excuse me, just getting over a cold. When you're spray painting, do not worry about mistakes. This is not perfect. The mistakes makes it unique. It makes it yours. But also, in the end, when we do black, you'll see how it covers it up. So you don't have to worry about that too much. Okay? So I am going to create, I'm going to go typical, I guess. Let's go with this reddish star. Let's get some yellow going in here. Okay, you can just spray and do whatever you'd like. Okay, that looks great. All right, and then I'm going to take a size circular recycled container to cover my paint work. Okay, because I don't want any other paints to get on it while I'm creating. And you can go as big or large, as small as you want. I am going to go right here and cover it there. And now I'm going to create my quote-unquote planets or other orbiting star and asteroids. I could put some asteroids in here. But let's go planet-wise. I'm going to get some purple. There goes the lid. I'm just going to create a circular pattern. Do not get too close because then it'll clump. It'll get really wet and oozy, I guess, as you'll see this liquid just drops for me. You don't want to get too close at all because then it won't dry as well. Get a little highlights of pink in there. I think I'm going to go with some green. I like lots of contrasting colors. And then I'm going to go with some yellow. And when you do this, you're usually going to go dark on the bottom and your lighters towards the top. Okay? That way you can see it. Now, I'm going to give this some texture. So you're going to take your paper bag or your newspaper, and what you're going to do is you're just going to sit here and blotch. Okay? You can squiggle in there. Okay? You can do anything you want, but it's going to give your so-quote-unquote planet texture in the end. I want to put a little bit more yellow on the top. There we go, to get that light looking. And now I'm going to find another shape, and I'm going to cover that just like that. And let's keep going. Let's do a blue and green. We'll do kind of this earthy one here. And some white. Okay, and that one I'm not going to touch. I'm going to leave it as is, and then I'm going to cover it like that. So I've got my star, my sun here in my system, and my planets. So now we're going to make it the darkness of space in the background. So you're going to get your black. And all your colors, by the way, too, when you're getting spray paint colors, make sure that they're gloss, or regular. Don't get matte finishes. Because, I mean, you can if you want to mess around and kind of get different looks. But your gloss is going to help with that shine and sparkle on your piece. Now, black, since everything is covered now, I'm going to totally spray paint this sheet of paper black. Okay? What I really want to focus on is making sure the edges of my planets are black. I want to hide that color that I did underneath so those don't show through. Okay? All right, now that I've done that, you can go ahead and just start spray painting. Now doing this too, you do not have to make this solid black. If you see white hanging around anywhere, that's fine. There's gases in the universe, okay? So that kind of looks like almost like little white kind of far away gas clouds in there. Just perfectly great. So I'm going to leave it just like that. I'm not going to add any more black. So now we've got our darkness of space. And like we said, there's gases out there in space. So we're going to add some kind of like nebulas. And you can see gases. And we're going to add stars. I'll even think I'll probably add a comet. Okay? Doing that, any color that you want, like I said, there's tons and tons of gases out there. And in gases, in artificial color, come up different colors. So you can create and add any color you want. I'm going to go with some of this deep purple. And in order to get that sparkle gas effect, you don't want to spray paint close. You want to spray paint far away, and you want to spritz. Okay? Because then if you do that, it's going to give you this kind of speckled, airy effect. Okay? Now, purple on black does not show up that 100% well, but when I start adding my other colors, you'll see it pop more. I'm going to go with this light blue as well and do the same thing. Okay, shake and then, now see, I don't know if you guys can see that on camera, but you're getting that speckled effect. Okay, it looks like gas out there. Let's get some yellow. A little bit more. Get some yellow gases out there. Okay, so now we've kind of got our gases out there floating around. Next, we'll do stars. Okay, when you look up at the night sky, you're seeing millions and billions of stars. If you're in a good area, not light polluted area. But we can do stars. And again, typically when we look up, our stars look white to us. So I will go ahead and use white as soon as I find my white. Where did my
It's in
white
the
go?
front, or that one.
There we go. Okay. So in order for you to make stars, okay, and give the solid big star effect, besides these distancy stars, which you can still do with white, if you want more, get these little distant clouds going. What you're going to do is you're going to make a fist. This is another reason why you need to wear gloves. And you're going to spray your paint into your fist, and you are going to flick. Okay? Flicking gives you that splattered effect. Okay? So we've got it here in white. I'm going to actually do some silver as well. Give it a little more sparkle to it. So just spray into your hand and fling. Okay? I'm going to add a little gold to that as well. Make a sparkly system here. There we go. Okay, and it doesn't have to be perfect or even, because nothing is in space. It is all just out there, floating around. Okay, so there's kind of my stars and my actual nebulas or my little star systems showing up, big or small, however you want to look at it. The next, I think I said I was going to add a comet. Now underneath I did red and yellow, I did green and blue, I did some blue and red. Let's do, I'll just go ahead and do the typical white one for now. I'm going to get my white. Now, any color you want to do, whenever you want to make your comet, you're going to turn it upside down, okay? And you're going to spray so that you get the narrow to wide effect on your paper. And because my comet is in the area of my sun, I'm going to get typically correct here. I want my comet's tail swooshing from the heat behind from the star. So we will go right there. And I will do another one right there. Okay, so now you can kind of see it's got that tail going. It's got the mist, the cloud of melting ice and particles behind it. All right, and I think we're done with that. So let it be. Here's another trick. Don't keep going. Okay, do it simply and just let it go. You can keep doing this over, but the more you add, the more clumping, the more issues you're going to try to fix or all that kind of stuff. And it just, you need to go simple on this. So I think we're ready to reveal. We'll pull it off and see what we have. So right here we have our star, our sun. Now see, when I put the circle on, I left some of that white so you get different colors of the sun. And typically in coloring, white is even hotter. There is my planet. There's one of them. And here's my other planet. So this is my star system that I have created. Ta-da-da. It's that simple. Very easy. We do this activity a lot here at the Discovery Center with adults and with kids. So it doesn't matter your age or your talent level. Anyone can do this. It doesn't matter what it looks like either, because even if it was a lobbly, it could be, an asteroid out there. Nothing has to be perfect, okay? Because space is continuously growing and developing and creating. So with that said, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Like I said, very easy, very fun activity to do. It doesn't take much. Just make sure you're outside in an airy environment, because yes, I'm already inhaling paint fumes. So,
And I will second Chris's comment about stop when you're done. The two examples that are up here, as you mentioned, I did them. So the one on my right, that was the first one I did, and I didn't really know what I was doing, and it's actually my favorite one that I've done. The other one, closer to Chris here, is there. We'd done this for an activity one day, and we had a school. It was homeschool days, I believe.
Yes.
And this young girl did, instead of black, like really deep purple, like a pinkish purple. And I love pink, so I was like, oh, I really love that idea. And I kept trying to make it better and make it better and make it better. And it's still good, but it's not my favorite one. Sometimes you just have to take that step back. And it's okay. And you have nothing else. If it's black, you cover it up with the black, and you can try again if you really, really, really want to. But like the designs, she did that when it was wet, and so that's another thing you have to be careful with. Is you either have to wait for it to dry to do your corrections, or have some patience. Because I'm not always very patient. Because I want it to look good right now. So that sometimes does happen too. But this is one of my personal favorite activities as well. And like Chris said, it's very popular that we have with other groups. So if you want to try this, do it at home. Watch the video again, do this at home. You're more than welcome to. Or we are actually doing this activity in January 12th on. It's a Friday night here in Colorado Springs for an activity called Arts and Ales. And so we're going to have some breweries here and have some different ales for you to try, and all sorts of different space art. So some space art will be through merchants. You can buy their art from local artists or become your own local artist. And I will say, Chris, that's the one thing you're missing is your autograph.
Oh, yes.
You should always sign your artwork.
I should always sign my artwork.
But maybe after it dries.
We'll have to do it later after it dries, yes. And so, yeah, the Art and Ales is our Space After Dark adult evening, and that's one of the programs I put on. We do it quarterly now. So it is a 21 and over event, like we said. So you will come in and you pay, and you will get some drinks and some local brews and some bites and some artists to see all different kinds of space sci-fi artists that we have here locally in Colorado Springs. And then you'll be able to create your own piece of art like this and some other fun things. So it's a great evening for those adults, millennials, even grandparents, older, just to get away, get into the museum, and have fun without tons of kids running around. Be able to enjoy the facility without all the kids, and have a couple beers and paint yourself. So join us again. It's going to be January 12th, which is a Friday, starting at 5:30 to 8, and that is our quarterly Space After Dark, and January will be Art and Ales.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Chris.
Thank you.
We definitely look forward to all the other amazing crafts that we're going to be doing on Space Crafts, and we're going to be crafting the universe one project at a time.
Thanks.